real thoughts, real trades, real journey. A video journal documenting the lessons learned on my journey to becoming a disciplined trader. Welcome to Trading the Journey. I'm Neil, and today I want to share a trade that taught me one important lesson. Let's see what the market had to teach me. So I'm going to kind of combine 2 days into one here, as it kind of it really one day just really flowed into another as far as what I was thinking, how I felt, my overall bias, the whole thing. So Thursday was really a frustrating day. I spent a lot of time, several hours more than I probably should have, trying to find an entry, itching to get in, but I just couldn't get in. There were a couple of times where I had some signals where I could have gone in and taken some wins. But I wasn't playing those. I was playing strategies that I knew that I could do, that I could collect data on before I moved on to other stuff. And it was just really frustrating. I didn't want to invent a way in. I didn't want to force a way in. I didn't want to I shut it down for the day. It was so frustrating to look at. And I displayed a lot of patience, on Thursday, and it just kept going. It was running like Forrest Gump, I tell you. And then later when I checked back at the chart, there was sort of almost a double bottom. It made a pullback back down and then had a mini grind up. So but again, the just moments that I could have capitalized on, and didn't. It was about 1:20 p.m. when I shut the platform down, because I was just frustrated. I had other things that I wanted to do, and I needed to get them done. And I was saving this video just for more of the end of the week. Again, there was just no trade. My bias was bullish for the day, but that turned out to be a bearish day. The chart grinded down. There was overnight grind up that led me to believe that it would most likely keep going up, based on previous days, and it didn't happen. I almost got some entries on my normal fence trade. I was looking for, say, a power bar, and they just weren't there. I was looking for double bottom, double top. I was just looking for everything that I could possibly find that I knew how to play, that I could play with. And so the market just never gave me that in. Basically, it was a message to stay out. And it just goes to show you never know what could really happen. You have to have just a lot of patience with this. And I'm proud of the fact that I did display a lot of patience. I'm proud that I recognized erratic patterns, how I looked at them, and didn't go on in because I would have taken a loss. I was looking for clean price action, and for the most part, I didn't feel like I got what I wanted. So Thursday, that was that. No trade. Friday, different story. Well, kind of a different story. It was a holiday. Holidays are typically not so volatile. But I did get an in to the downside. Found a logical move to move my stop past break even, and I ended up getting stopped out anyway. Tiny win, but not much volatility. And it turns out I would have been stopped out anyway. Normally, I wouldn't move my stop up until it closed at or beyond my 1-to-1 risk reward. But in this instance, I didn't know what was going to happen. I thought I was moving my stop logically, and I felt patient in doing that. But then I kind of wondered whether that was the right move or not. And what I should have done was still wait for that move to go below, at or below my 1-to-1 or beyond. So, and I got thinking maybe on holidays, because there's not much volatility, maybe I should go for a small base hit instead of my normal 2-to-1 play. Because there's less volatility. It just takes a lot of patience. I'm glad, and this today, especially Friday, there was a lot of erratic movements. I just didn't feel comfortable getting in on. So even though there was a close outside, it pulled back. I decided to wait and wait and wait. So the patience did pay off. And a bad entry was avoided several times. But I did get a good clean entry to the downside. It just didn't work out the way that I was wanting it to work out, and that was that. So the lesson here is patience. You may get frustrated because you're not getting what you want. But if you display enough patience and know that there's thousands of trades ahead of you, missing one day isn't going to hurt. And there are going to be thousands of trades ahead of me that I can take. It's a learning process. And you just have to learn patience, and you get to learn who you are in this process. Just like with everything else that you do. Pay attention to what the story the market is telling you, and just play your strategy. Execute when you're supposed to, follow your rules, and be patient about it. Because the market's always going to be there. It will always be there. It's not going anywhere. So, and with that, thank you for joining me for today's lesson. Today's lesson is written. I hope something from today's trade helps you on your own journey towards becoming a more disciplined trader. If today's trade reminded you of something you've experienced yourself, let me know in the comments. I would love to hear your perspective and what happened. If you enjoyed today's journal entry, I'd really appreciate it if you hit that like button on the video and subscribe to follow the journey. Until next time, real thoughts, real trades, real journey.